The entire history of Valorant bugs and glitches. Now, just to be clear, I can't absolutely get every single one, but here are some of the most prominent glitches starting from 2020, literally beta release of Valorant, or I guess early access when it was still just a Twitch drop. You could use a Sage wall, and then on the opposite side, it would break the barrier, allowing Omen to teleport across, which is absolutely massive. Now, the footage you're watching is obviously a ton of other YouTube footage, and all the sources and credit is down below, but yeah, you can see multiple occasions in which Omen can clearly teleport out in places he shouldn't be. And what's kind of crazy is the way that the player wouldn't die. And let me explain why. Because if you're in a cheat menu in Valorant and you no clip, right? You can go into a custom game and no clip, and you try to land in these exact spots, it would instantly kill you. It's just a little bit extra protective layer, but it just wouldn't happen when using this glitch. And you can see, look at this. Oh my goodness. And you can just see how brutal it is. Like even these weird spots where you could use a double teleport to get into places that I just wouldn't thought of. Some of the other ones are kind of simple, right? You wall off, you get to the other side. This dude's now parkouring, but we're playing Assassin's Creed here because of the Omen. Look at this op spot. Look at the angles. Absolutely insane. Now, the next one is extremely iconic and kind of overused, but you know what? It's just so prominent in Valorant's history in which Cypher could shoot out of his camera. Absolutely. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Oh my god.
Nobody beats camera gun.
Or casually being able to place Killjoy's turret under the map. This one, I don't know if a lot of people remember, because in very certain spots it would fall through, and this guy's clearly obviously abusing it, but then it would also shoot. It would shoot the enemies from under the map. That's what makes it broken. Now, you got to pay attention to the top right corner for you to see that the Killjoy turret actually got a kill, but it's just, imagine just dying from a Killjoy turret across the map. Look at it. That jet was midair, and then it killed the Omen. That jet was literally midair. It's shooting from under up into the air. It just, no object will block it at that point. It completely desensitizes itself to hitboxes and just kills everything in its way. I promise as we get closer and closer to 2023, these bugs get crazier and crazier, but just so I can pay everyone who helped me make this video, now a small little ad break. This video is sponsored by G2A and their sci-fi sale. Now, top priority is Jedi Survivor, the latest game, and already on sale using G2A, which is absolutely massive. And in case you actually haven't played the first game, which was also an extremely great game, it has a massive sale on it as well, with a bunch of other games having huge markdowns. If you're not a fan of Star Wars, well, No Man's Sky is on sale, just to get you guys the idea. Anything sci-fi, you can find it. New, old, and everything in between, you'll be able to find it here. Also, if we just use the Force to kind of freeze frame right here, you can win $100 by sharing your life advice in Yoda's speech. Number 1, create a piece of life advice using Yoda's speech pattern. Your entry can be serious, humorous, or anything in between. Then you post that entry on basically any social media, Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, and then 3, you simply wait for the results, and you can win $100 to use on G2A, which is absolutely massive because if you pair it with the code on screen, G2A Sci-Fi Sale, you get 10% off your games, DLCs, as well as software, and applies to the entire basket. Now, you only get to use it once, and it's only valid through this campaign, so you're gonna have to hurry yourself up a little and make sure to check it out using the link below. This next one is hilarious because Omen Kid, freaking Omen, look at it. I gotta say anything? My man's behind the barrier. My man's just behind the barrier. Omen and Sage are some of the craziest reasons for the stupidest bugs. Look at this. You basically push an Omen outside the other side of the barrier. Oh man. Obviously this was done in a custom. These guys didn't want to fully bug abuse, and huge respect to that. Again, link down below, but just seeing it from his perspective, in my opinion, was the funniest. Just getting through. Oh man, it's so casual. It's too casual, actually. But yeah, it would work on any barrier, which is what made it incredibly broken. Unlike other situational bugs in which you had to be in a certain spot, this one you were literally just rushing down to fight your enemies way before they even got a chance. And best of all, they would be invisible until the barrier drops, allowing you to actually position yourself in some of the craziest positions. Imagine waiting for this barrier to drop, bada bing, bada boom, I'm in window. That's nuts. Next one's also very popular, but it's actually my favorite. It's my favorite. It's a very stupid bug, but by basically glitching out Phoenix's ultimate, you could place down the spike anywhere on the map. Literally anywhere. Some of the examples in this exact clip are quite mind-blowing. I mean, imagine holding the spike from here. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I wish this was a cheat in a custom mode. Imagine the amount of custom game modes you can make with this. That you gotta defuse the spike, and I don't know. It's so cool. Like, protect heaven. But you can even float it using Sage's wall, which is probably one of the worst offenders here. Definitely one of the most broken bugs in the game by far. Just absolutely massive. Now, Next one, obviously credit to Dittoz himself. But basically, you could jet super dash using the ropes. It was, yeah, done exactly like that. Dash, hook, unhook very quickly, and you could do some of the most wild Ferrari peaks in tactical shooter history. I mean, you were literally drifting on them. Look at this. Not everyone really abused them in game, but yeah. But what a lot of people did abuse was riding Viper's wall. Oh my goodness. I can't make a historical video without showcasing this. It was everywhere. Every time I mention it, because this is, I think, the third time I mention it in a video, I end up coming across new footage. There is so many people who abuse this, in which just footage after footage after footage. Even though Riot patched it so fast, when something is trending, it sets the world on fire, well, you know, for Valorant gamers, and people will just start using it. And I mean, I can't blame them. It's hilarious. Bug abusing is kind of a weird middle ground, and I guess I can use it to ask you guys the question: are you guys okay or not okay with bug abusing? Let me know down below. But as we head into 2021, TPing to Yoru's gate crash as it expires would actually have you fall through the map, which was extraordinarily frustrating because a lot of times you would just do it by accident. And yes, this is also old Yoru. You can see the footsteps on his C, and it was just absolutely, he comes out, oh, I'm in danger, and I'm gone. I'm dead. I'm dead. I fell through the map.
Whoa! Wait! What?
Yeah, I don't know. But, you know, the next one is you could plant silently. Basically, by using the map while planting, the spike plant noise would be gone. Yep, literally no sound at all until it's actually being placed down, which is obviously quite a massive bug. Not as big as the others, but still a massive bug. This next one, though, is Sova Drone being able to clip through a wall. I mean, my boy literally just no clipping. Just no clipping. You pop the drone while being near a thin wall, it would just spawn on the other side. Now, this is obviously a very easy bug to understand. The drone's like, where am I going to go? And it finds the next empty entity and teleports there. Of course, it was eventually patched. Now, we're still in 2021, and one of the funniest things is being able to unhook and land under the map of Fracture. I absolutely love this one just because anything outside the map always looks very, very funky, but I'm biased because I'm a custom game Andy. But with that being said, there's multiple instances of this happening. Watch as Tariq witnesses and joins his killjoy.
Shut up, bro.
Guys, we're
Oh, man, I can get out probably.
Someone
I can
wait, what? How do you
What
get
the
there?
fuck? Go.
What the fuck is
Dude,
happening?
Spike down, attack.
Yo, we're getting man. We're getting man for sure. We're getting man for sure.
I think the funniest thing is just him saying we're gonna get banned. Again, people are pretty scared about bug abusing. I don't think it's completely fair because when there is a bug, in my opinion, it's mainly Riot's fault. Like this raised boombot going through the corner. I mean, listen, maybe he shouldn't be abusing it, but Riot left the corner bugged. You know, it's on them to fix it. Again, if you're gonna use bugs, I personally like to do it in Swift play where it's a lot more fun and you know, lighthearted. But regardless, obviously a game-breaking bug that this guy continued to do round after round as we have multiple clips. But hey, no hard feelings in my personal opinion. He also got this. He tried to boost this Omen to teleport. This dude's just looking for bugs. This dude is a bug hunter, but then gets flanked and Karma ends up taking it. But nothing's funnier than this next one. Flying using Sova's dart. By placing the dart on the ground, this dude becomes a judge flying machine. It's my favorite.
Dude.
It's hard not to laugh when you watch it and hear other people laugh. It's just a lot of good fun. Again, maybe not doing it in ranked, but there's a couple more clips of how crazy it is. And you don't get any fall damage. The fall damage just disappears, which is what's so funny about these bugs is there's always some other bug alongside it that allows it to work. This is also another variant in which even after the bounce, you continue to ride it. This jet jumped perfectly and is literally in their spawn, killing someone, grabbing the orb from behind, not quite understanding how they could flank that fast because clearly they can't. Best of all, a nice little clip came out of it that I'm rating quite hard. Is it a full ace? It was a full ace! Oh my goodness. And the clips didn't really end there. I absolutely love this one because he literally got a dodge. Like he jumped over the jet. The outplay is insane, man. I want an agent that jumps higher than even jet, not gonna lie. Anyways, after that, that, Omen bugs again, but it was literally him, his model. His model deleted itself. In 2022, Omen was not Omen. He was this freaky ghost that just absolutely looked hilarious and freaky at the same time. It's like Omen's true form almost, but untextured. I don't really understand how this bug happened. Obviously a jumble in his texture, but then he also has like the sleeves that are floating. So like that's a whole physics. Like there's whole freaking NVIDIA physics in this bug. Talking about appearance bugs, Widejoy. Ah man, Widejoy in 2022, forever remembered. In case you don't know, basically it would cause a player card, which is the one you just saw, to be extra wide, making it a Widejoy card. And then they went ahead and posted this as a joke, which allowed Widejoy Killjoy mode, and it basically, it kind of shows the entire meme. It was literally just a player card that bugged and made Killjoy wide, but became such a phenomenon that Riot themselves made an official video like this one. It's so heartwarming, and I love how in touch this company is with their community. Gotta give them the W there. Anyways, going on from there, you could see through Viper's ultimate in very specific ways when using lineups. Now, you would have to be a lineup like Larry, super nerd, but if you did, you were rewarded with being able to see through the entire ult. Watch this. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Anywhere they enter, they're dead and you're fine. It's like the most OP one-way ever. Now, after that, Yoru was also able to use his weapon while ulting, and there's a lot of variations of this, so you're going to have to be patient with its history, because it came and left so many times, but I didn't want to make the video boring, so I'm only including this 2022 version, in which, yes, you can animation cancel and pull out your gun super early, making it one of the most OP glitches in the game. Now, I mean, it wasn't the most OP, but it was definitely up there, because even I tried it in like a spike rush, and it was just too easy to get a kill. If I had my ult, 1 to 5 people were dying, because I would be in a position that I can pop out, instantly have my gun, and no one could do anything about it. Now, this background footage is literally thanks to Zip Tie, best Yoru ever, not gonna lie. Credits again down below. This next one is actually a bug, believe it or not, that broke for yourself. So you know how Yoru could fall through the map? It's kind of like that. What would happen is while using your ult, the invulnerability frames would kick in super late. Look at that, look at that. He's in his ult and still taking damage. After it was fixed, you could see that once he starts ulting, he's immediately invulnerable like he should be. This could obviously be tweaked in the future, but it wasn't a bug. The problem before that is you'd literally be damaged even after popping the ult. Terrible for Yoru mains. Eventually it was obviously fixed, which is a huge W. Yeah, this one is Sage and Omen. So what do you guys expect? It's Sage and Omen. What do you expect? Look at that. You could shoot through the wall using the Sage wall and Omen TP. Once again, we are leaving the map and hiding inside of the wall for some of the craziest plays ever. What is this?
Let's go!
Obviously hyped for a good reason, because even while bug abusing, getting a great clip while bug abusing is its own thing. The next one's actually the Fade Bungee. By using a very specific lineup, you could catch enemies floating. You could literally pull them up into the air. Watch that. Insane! Insane! Now, people didn't... Okay, this one had mixed reception. So there's a few bungee spots, as you can see here. But the biggest thing is that Riot ended up patching it. And this one was received with different ideas, because is it skill or was it a full bug? Riot decided it was a bug. Now, the next thing is just random holes in the map. Look at this tiny little, tiny little hole. Look at those lineups. Look at the flash lineups. Just because the tiny little hole allowed everything to go through it. Like, this is the most funny thing. Imagine while designing and putting together this map in whatever map tool they used to create maps, they just left this tiny little gap that players would eventually find and abuse. And yes, when I say everything, I mean everything went through this tiny little wall. Now, alongside Neon's release, there was this amazing bug. I first saw it. We use this Average Jonas's clip, by the way, in which you could absolutely rocket yourself forward using a Sage Wall and Neon Slide and just demolish the team. It was crazy. Now, as we enter 2023, Fracture broke itself again, but instead of allowing players to get off of the map, you would randomly unhook and die. You would fall down into the Fracture hole and die. That brim looks pretty dead, to say the least.
James knocked me off the rope and killed me.
Record it. I don't know. How did you fall off the rope? I don't think that's a thing.
It's not supposed to be a thing. Luckily, of course, it eventually got patched. But as we enter 2023, a new map means some new bugs alongside Lotus. Oh man, Lotus. Now, let me explain exactly what's happening here. Basically, if you were on top of the Lotus door while the match ended or the round ended, you would be spawned in the craziest spot.
Behind the barrier. I'm literally behind the barrier. What the...
Or this other bug in which you could spawn inside the wall as Phoenix. You'd be immune to flashes and 100% accuracy as the TikTok shows. And just watch. You'd have to line up perfectly. Obviously uses up an ult, but that's a good way to use an ult. And it basically drop that ult respawn point into the wall. And once you jump back, you would be, well, inside of it. Insane. Absolutely insane. Now, you know the whole gap thing on Ascent? Yeah, there was another one that appeared in 2023. I don't know if it was always there or somehow it appeared later, but same idea, you could get anything through it. And then later in 2023, yeah, Sage plus Omen from 2020 to 2023. We're glitching outside the map. Look at this, dude. Look at this. How could in 2020 and in 2023, Sage and Omen are still glitching outside the map with perfect accuracy, completely abusing this bug. Dude, these two agents put together are menacing to Riot developers. That and Yoru. Yoru's pretty buggy as well. We can't lie. Look at this, bro. Look at this. Yes. Yeah, but you know, a lot of the bugs are the most low-key ones, like this little gap here. Dude, the fact that this dude keeps finding these crazy little bugs is wild. Like, he's just every little pixel of the map he's looking for. He's looking for it. And you know what this is crazy about? This is 2023 a new bind. That like the door's supposed to stay open, it doesn't stay open. Like this is the latest map right now. If you're watching this video anytime near upload, this is the bind that literally just entered your competitive ranked games. This is that bind. Bugs are clearly here to stay and always be a part of the Valorant game. Now make sure to subscribe.